What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by creating our first guideline in the back taper with our Goat FX. You always want to make sure you contour this guideline so they're head shaped. Now that we're done balding them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Using the lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. You want to make sure you don't go too high with this, also flick out. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the guideline, then move on to the half guard to erase it completely. Switching over to the half guard, we're going to try to erase this line completely. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Before we get into the larger guards, we're going to debulk by going with the grain. I'm using a 2 guard all the way closed. I'm then going to use a half guard. Now I'm going against the grain with the 2 guard all the way open, creating our fourth guideline. Now we're using the 1.5 guard to erase the line completely. I'm making sure I'm using my corners and flicking out. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to the 1 guard all the way open and using your corners to flick out will help you remove that guideline. Now we're doing some detail with the 1.5 guard. Now that we're done with the back taper, we could go ahead to the neckline and start to debulk. I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch, just like my C cups. You always want to make sure you're consistently combing and trying to lay down the hair before you line him up. Now we're moving on to the side taper and creating our first guideline with our Pagoda FX. You want to make sure you make this guideline a little bit at a curve just so it could give the taper a little bit of a burst. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're going to use the lever to soften up this line and remove it completely. Now that our initial guideline is completely removed, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get ready for the half guard. Before we use the half guard, we're going to go ahead and debulk with our two guard all the way open. Now we're heading back to the half guard, removing that initial guideline. Moving on to his front hairline, we're going to go ahead and debulk with the two guard all the way open just before we line him up. I always start my hairlines at the middle and work my way to the sides. Heading over to the C-cup area, I'm starting my way off at the bottom and working my way to the top arch, just like my neckline. Moving on to the Turkish Razor and Derby Premium blades, we're going to make him as crispy as possible. We're going to be doing his mustache, eyebrows, and hairline. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, thank you for watching this far into the video. Leave a comment if you did. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid taper on my boy, so stay tuned. My client does have long hair, so we're starting off by pinning up all the hair to his scalp. Now that we're done pinning up the hair, we can move on to our GoatFX and create our first guideline. We're making our guideline a little bit of a curve, just so it could contour to his head shape. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Now we're gonna move on to the 1.5 guard all the way open and debolt the sides. Moving on back to our initial guideline, we're gonna lose the lever midway and all the way closed to help you erase that initial guideline. Since we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, you're going to soften up the line with the lever midway and all the way closed, getting it ready for the half guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. Now I'm heading back to my no guard all the way open and I'm detailing using my corners. I hope you guys are enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, man. Thank you. I'm noticing a lot more comments, and I'm trying to I am replying to all of them. So if you leave a comment, I will reply to it. Switching over to our GoatFX, we're gonna go ahead and line up the ear line. I love using the GoatFX trimmers to line people up. I feel like they're the best trimmers in the game right now. I am going to do a review on all the trimmers because I do have literally all the trimmers up to cordless and corded. That will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But moving on to the hairline, I usually start off in the middle. I feel like that's the best way. I feel like if you start off at one side and then try to match it to the other side, it's going to be harder for you. So starting off in the middle is probably the best option. Now we're moving on to the C cup. I usually start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch. I feel like that's the best way also. It stops you from pushing the C cup too high, because I feel like if you start off at the top arch, you could raise it too high and make the curve like at a weird arch. So yeah, be very careful here. I always use shave stick before I use my foil shaver, just so my client doesn't bump up. Now we're using the foil shaver to remove all the stubble. Now we're going to start detailing the taper with our lower guards, our no guard all the way open, and our half guard. Moving on to the back taper, we're going to create our first guideline with our Goat FX and then move on to the no guard all the way open. Now we're going to debulk with our 1.5 guard all the way open. This is equivalent to a 2 guard. But in smaller areas it's better than using a 2 guard because the 2 guard has large teeth. Now we're moving on to our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. Using the lever midway and all the way closed will help you remove that initial guideline. Moving on to the 1 guard all the way open, we're creating our third guideline and we're getting ready for the half guard. Make sure to use your lever. Now I'm using my half guard to remove the line. I'm flicking out and also using my corners when needed. Now I'm going to use my trimmers to line him up after I'm done detailing the side. I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch, just like my C-cups. Now we're gonna knock the mustache down to a 1 guard all the way over. Near the mustache area and lip area, you want to be very gentle because the teeth of the trimmer could bite them. Moving on to his left side, we're going to continue with our goat FX and make him as crispy as possible. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, thank you if you made it this far in the video. Man, I appreciate all the support. Now that we're done with the cut, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Derby premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. We're also going to be doing his mustache and eyebrows. Look at that Krispy Kreme donut, man. That shit is nice. Yes, sir.